Hi Cancers, welcome to Tarot in the Dark. My name is Tori. Tonight we're going to take a look at the upcoming week of July 7th through the 13th. Just a heads up, there is a full moon this week. It's in Capricorn and it's going to be on Thursday the 10th. So that's going to be all about releasing of energies that no longer serve you. Because it is your birthday, which happy birthday, y'all. Y'all season done started us off with a bang. I'm definitely feeling it. I'm sure us water signs probably feel these things more than others. I'm sure you're feeling it too, but I hope and pray that it's fantastic for you. I hope that you're having a great birthday month so far, and happy birthday to you. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see what Spirit has for you. All right, so these two came out. I'm going to keep them. We have Simplicity at the bottom of the deck. So white feathers can represent messages coming through. They can represent healing, divinity, ancestral messages could be coming through for you very strongly this upcoming week, especially with the bird here. With the purification and the sunflower, I'm being shown how sunflowers can be used and repurposed for so many things. So it's almost as if whatever happens this week, there's something that's going to be very replenishing and refreshing for you. It's almost as if there's a cleansing away of any old baggage, any old emotional baggage in particular is what I'm picking up on. And it feels to me like you're being guided to a more soft life, okay? Like a soft era is definitely what I'm feeling for you Cancers for the week of the 7th. It feels very peaceful. It feels very integrated is the word that I'm hearing, okay? You may have been challenged. You may have, been going through some things, and this is going to be a softer week for you. It's almost like the sun is shining as the rain, the feeling when the rain goes away and the sun starts to shine. That's how this feels to me. Whereas like finally it's morning and there's something that you are going to delight in, okay? So these two, you keep getting two cards. So two, duality, that could be a big thing for you this week. Compassion, definitely feeling like you are being showered with some type of love. This feels very overwhelming to me. It's interesting because I'm kind of tapping into that purification energy of the rain washing away like the sorrows. With this compassion, it feels this is the integrated energy, the integral energy that Spirit was showing me. It feels very much like you're intertwined with something or someone else this week, and it's radiating love and light. It's cleansing to you. There's something very healing about this week for you Cancers. So I think this is beautiful, especially considering, it's your birthdays and we want you to have a good birthday month, but there are some lessons. There's like a piece, and this is very interesting because the cards, these are the exact same, very much big on like heart chakra energy. This is a newer deck for me. It's called Universal Wisdom Oracle cards, but I'm not going to read the cards, the actual booklet. I like to intuit and just kind of collect the messages that Spirit downloads to me. So what I'm picking up on with the Buddha nature card, look at how beautiful this is. There's a zen and a peace, but there's also something about you being seen, Cancers. There's something this week that's going to allow you to be seen. I am picking up very strong ancestral messages in regards to your ancestors doing something or have been doing something on the back end to bring this into fruition for you. Okay, it's almost as if this has been hidden from you until this week, and then all of a sudden it's like the veil has been removed. That's the energy that I'm picking up on, okay? It feels like something that was once kept from you is now being revealed, okay? And it was because you weren't ready. You weren't ready, or the other party, because it feels very much like some type of community, like-minded people, love, something like that. You or the other party weren't ready for this deep dive. This is the Earth Song energy, and what I'm picking up on is that deep dive energy that I just mentioned a second ago. It feels like this is very deep energy. It feels very emotional. but it's emotional with some, like, it's like darkness is attached to the emotion. So almost like going through like a dark night of the soul of the emotions. And that's where you could have been. And maybe this week is the release, because this feels like this is a deep dive in, but it's becoming one with God, becoming one with spirit, one with nature, right? Like no longer fearing the darkness, no longer fearing the deeps, no longer fearing the ocean. This is beautiful. I'm really feeling this energy. With that simplicity card too, they're reminding me of how I'm hearing cohesive. But it's like, so I'm hearing cohesive. Sorry, my hands were covering my mouth. I don't know if you could hear me, but I'm hearing cohesive. So this could totally have to do with you and other like relationships, partnerships, things like that. But it's like the feather doesn't have to think about falling from the sky. You know, gravity naturally will pull it down, but the feather is very light. The energy is very freeing, and the energy is not bound by constriction or restraints. And when I'm picking up the energy of these two cards here, the Buddha Nature and the Earth Song, I'm picking up an energy of something being restricted, right? It's almost as if like the gateway going into the deep, the depths was restricted until the appropriate time. And then now it's time for like overflow. Now it's time for wisdom, for knowledge, for integration to occur in your life. And it's because you've been going through a purification, a cleansing process, okay? So literally, like I mentioned a moment ago, like the veil has been removed from you. Oh, the waxing crescent moon. There's no way, guys. And then with 10th house, this is Capricorn energy. Let's look at the 10th house energy first. So a lot of you watching this are meant to be seen. One thing that I know, although my channel is small, I've known this about myself for years, even when I was heavily involved in church, is if you're under me, if like in any capacity, if you're listening to me, if you're watching my Heal With Me channel, if you're watching Tarot Through Me, if you're watching in any part of my life in general, like even like for my mom, my siblings, my family members, if you are a part of my life still to this day, it's because you are called to leadership. And the reason why is because the voice that God gave me is meant for people in power, in authority. And it's because my messages are very straightforward, they're very direct, and they're no BS, right? Like there's no BS involved in my messages. And so if you're watching me, more than likely you are meant to lead in some capacity. That could mean a leader at your local church. That could mean a leader at, you know, the grocery store that you work at. That could mean a leader at the gas station. That could mean a leader in your call center, right? But there's something that you're supposed to lead, something that you're supposed to facilitate. And this 10th house energy here is validating that for many of you, because immediately when I looked at the card, I heard star. 10th house energy is Capricornian energy, which we know we have this full moon in Capricorn, right? So this full moon in Capricorn that's being presented to us this week during the 10th is going to provide you with an upgrade in your life. Okay, the Capricornian energy, the 10th house is all about status. It's about being recognized, being seen. Capricorns are also known as being the ones who naturally draw money to them. Also, you guys too, Cancers. I don't know if you know that, but you guys naturally are able to bring in income. And Capricorns are the main zodiac sign that is known for that. This waxing crescent moon energy is all about being able to tap into greater. It's almost like the scripture. This is how I always think about it. That, or whenever people talk about this in church, you'll get double for your trouble, right? That God will restore to you everything that the locust has stolen. That's this waxing crescent moon energy. This is the energy of restoration and restoring after something was taken, right? So after the storm, that's why they showed me that. Thank you, Spirit. After the storm, the sun always comes out, and it's to balance out the energy. You can't have chaos and conflict without having peace and happiness, right? That's why the Bible says weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. So this is your joy coming in. And what this card specifically says in the book is that you will receive 3 times for your trouble. Okay, so this is like an initiation into you receiving abundance and prosperity, status, being recognized for whatever it is that you've been working for and on. And what I'm hearing is that this energy here is where you've been. You've been in a state of sitting, a state of not complacency, but working, okay? You've been in the depths that they're showing me in this card here. You weren't afraid to go into the deep dive and to actually figure out how to create your own peace. You weren't waiting for someone else to give this to you. And that's why the veil has been lifted. You've been attuned, in tune with your ancestors, your guides. And so because of that, there are gifts on the way for you. And now I got to use a different deck, because clearly your ancestors are wanting to speak deeply to you today, because this is my ancestor deck, and I don't pull it out very often, but strong messages are coming through. There's very much something being integrated for you this week. This is going to be a powerful week for you, Cancers. This is going to be a powerful week for you. I would look at the astrology of this week. I don't know enough about astrology, but I would look at the astrology of this week and see how it falls in alignment with you, because I'm telling you, there's something powerful. I can feel this energy. Yeah, look at this Strength card. This is the Nine of Pentacles. I'm going to move that back up there. This is the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Stones are Pentacles. The Strength card. That's the Strength card is that Buddha nature. That's the Earth Song energy of sitting in the depths, deep diving and not being afraid. The Ten of Wands, yeah. And you see Strength is next to the Ten of Wands. Look at what you've had to overcome. And this absolutely is reminding me of how joy comes in the morning. After the morning, MOURNING, not MOR, but the morning. After the morning, joy comes, the sun shines. You see, through the chaos and the conflict of this burden that you have been carrying, this is the depths, the deepest parts of you that you've been stuck in with the Ten of Wands energy. These trees have been blocking you from being able to see and have and experience joy in life. But these trees metaphorically are being cut down. Spirit, God, Jesus Christ, your ancestors, the Holy Spirit, your team is at work for you, Cancers. Oh my gosh, this is such a powerful, dynamic reading. I am so honored to just be in the presence of this right now. This is amazing. You're breaking out. Your team is removing the obstacles that have been blocking you from receiving what you are so deserving of. The courage that you've been able to show, the endurance that you've been able to show with the Strength card, the Nine of Pentacles, is unmatched. You don't get the waxing crescent moon energy unless you have put in the work. Because this is literally like isolating yourself from everyone else, hiding in your house, in your bathroom, crying, screaming, kicking, wondering where help is and when it's going to come. This is questioning spirit, questioning God. Are you real? Do you hear me? And then it's saying, you know what? While I was in there, I dug into this. While I was in this capsule, you see how it's like an isolated capsule? While I was in the capsule, the only way that I found peace was by digging deep diving, pulling out all of the weeds. They're showing me someone pulling weeds out of the ground. This is literally like clearing of ancestral karma. Literally like clearing out ancestral karma. This is amazing. And now what's next for you is that you're going to delight. This journey has been long for you. This has been a long, challenging journey. A pilgrimage of independence is what I'm hearing. You did this alone. You did this by yourself, for yourself, and with yourself. You've had some very hard, challenging endings. You've carried a lot of baggage, a lot of weight. India may have some significance to some of you here because I don't know why that wanted to come out. But I'm hearing that you sat at the shoreline just waiting in anticipation, knowing that the tides were going to come your way. This is the Page of Cups. You knew that something was going to come through to cleanse you and to wash you and to support you in moving forward. You did not give up. The bottom of the deck here is the Tower energy. I gotta say something about this because they're telling me to go back to it. This Tower energy, this is Pluto energy. This is about massive transformation. You'll notice that in the traditional Tower card, the people are falling from the actual tower, right? They're falling from the building that looks like a lighthouse or like a miniature castle or whatever. But these people are running away. See, when this hit you, you knew that it was going to cause you harm. Whatever happened, I'm going to put this to the side. Whatever happened in your life, whatever this ending was, whatever this closing out of this cycle, because I'm seeing the world, whatever this closing out of the cycle of not putting yourself first, not seeing yourself, not validating yourself, not being able to be at peace and be one with who you are, like the golden child energy, that you deserve to be seen, that you should be someone of status, of significance, that you do have a message to share, a message that will awaken and enlighten so many people. You've been like capturing all these like nuggets. I'm getting so many downloads, guys. You've been capturing and collecting like all of these little nuggets throughout this process. And most people will run away from the tower, but not you. And that's what Spirit was showing me. You didn't run away from it. You allowed it to fall because you knew that it was going to be for your best and highest good. And so now the tide is rolling in on you. It's coming in. Now it's time for you to reap. Like I'm picking up on like 10 of Pentacles energy. Look, 8 of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Ace of Wands. I'm sorry, guys. Wow. The moon, this is your energy overcoming those subconscious fears, overcoming the dark, guys. That's exactly how this feels to me. It feels like you overcame the dark. You weren't afraid to tap into the dark. Some of you could have Pisces in your chart somewhere. So a moon sign, a rising sign, something like that. I'm picking up on that for sure. Some of you could have a Mercury in Pisces too, is what I'm picking up on. You could be called to communicate the spiritual knowledge and wisdom. And I don't know if you know, but if you mix that Piscean, Mercury, communication, and Pisces with the Cancer qualities and characteristics, that's dynamic. Because I don't know if you guys know this about yourselves, but Cancers are phenomenal speakers. They're phenomenal speakers, they're phenomenal at communication, and they're phenomenal with addressing these energies of the moon. The subconscious feelings and thoughts, being able to tap into other people's emotions. Like I call her my spiritual auntie, but you could call her a mama, but my spiritual auntie, she is a Cancer, and I have a really good friend who's a Cancer, and when I talk to them, they are like, ooh, I'd be like, dang, y'all catching me, my little Pisces self, off guard, because they're very much so. It's very natural for you guys to be able to tap into the feelings and emotions and connecting those dots with other people because you're naturally the nurturers, right? One thing that is being shown to me is, you see this, the waxing crescent moon. This moon here looks like it's identical to this waxing crescent moon. And it's almost as if you have cried out. Again, coming back to what Spirit said earlier, like you've been crying out in the dark, asking for the light to come through. You've been trying to get out of this energy of the strength energy is very difficult energy. It is this energy, okay? It's that Buddha nature, that earth song. It's the sitting in the pain. That's the strength energy. Enduring the pain, not knowing when it's going to go away. It's like your house being rained on nonstop, like living in Seattle, Washington, in, the United States. It's that type of energy where it's just raining constantly, and it's easy to fall into depression. It's easy to fall into the darkness. It's easy to give up. But because you were unafraid, because you sat at the shore, trusting that the tide was going to come on you at some point, You're like, yes, I'm thirsty. Yes, I'm tired. Yes, I'm exhausted. But I trust that something has to change. I'm committed to this. I'm committed to this ending. You could have ended a relationship, partnership, a job. You could have quit your job and said, God, I'm just going to trust that something is going to change here, that something is going to change. And because you were so dedicated, so committed, and so determined to not run from this, but to run to this so that this could change and transmute your energy, now look what's coming your way. The Page of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. This is fast, quick movement into new opportunities, new experiences. And I'm hearing that for a lot of you, you did this in the dark, right? This transition was done in the dark. You were afraid. You did not know what was on the other side. You definitely did not see the light that's in this waxing crescent moon. But you trusted that this would be an upgrade to your life. And it literally is. This Ace of Wands energy here is bringing new, creative, passionate connections, ideas, thoughts. There's limitless access to whatever you want. You see, there's like a blank slate here is how Spirit's showing it to me. You can create the life that you desire, Cancers, whatever you want. Whatever you want, it's yours. It's yours. And it's going to come to you fast. It's going to come to you fast. Look at this, how this happens. Let me show you this. So the 10 of Wands, you see how the trees are fully grown, right? The light is shining through. Your team, through the work that you've endured, they've come and they've shaved these down metaphorically, right? Allowing new seeds to be planted. And these seeds blossomed and bloomed quicker than they're supposed to because of your strength, because of the food that you've been feeding yourself. Metaphorically, the spiritual food that you've been feeding yourself has now granted you the opportunity to do away with this, plant new seeds, because this is a burden. The 10 of Wands, this is a burden. Do away with this, plant new seeds that now will produce a harvest that will endure till the end of time. You can create and produce the life that you want, Cancers. This is absolutely your month. And it definitely feels like a lot of like Jupiterian luck energy. Things are going to shift fast because they're showing me Uranus right now. This is going to happen and transition fast. There's some type of communication, someone coming in to offer you something, you going out and creating this new opportunity for yourself. Something's going to happen. I would absolutely this week pay attention to signs and synchronicities. Okay, this could be a love offer that takes you from being single, independent, capable of doing everything on your own to now the tide is rolling in where it's time for you to give. And maybe you've been in a space where you've been reserving your energy for yourself, and Spirit could be asking you to open up to something new because this is going to be 3 times better than what you could give to yourself. Okay, so it could be creative. It could be business. Whatever it is, you are creating whatever it is that you desire. When I see the Ace of Wands, that's about you owning the power to create the life that you dream of. And there's no restrictions here. There's no restrictions. And it's all because of your bravery. And you were, look at this. I'm going to shut up after this, y'all. I just can't believe this. You were able to weather the storm. This is the 8 of Cups. Choosing to walk away. But the amazing thing about this is, you know, people say walking away from things that don't serve you. This is walking away from the things that don't serve you within yourself too. It doesn't have to be about anybody else. It's about facing your demons head on and saying, I'm not going to allow you to continue to rule over me, to possess me. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk away from you. I'm going to allow you to walk away in that direction, and I'm going in the opposite direction. And it's because I want greater for myself. This is the Ace of Cups. I want greater for myself. I see my light, and I see that I am a light, and I'm going to allow that to shine. Again, this absolutely could be love coming in. Temperance was at the bottom of the deck. You've been patient long enough. That's that strength card. You've endured long enough, Cancers. This is an amazing, 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 amazing week for you. Endure that full moon in Cappy, okay? Because that could be very, very, very serious for you. Endure that, and then from there, you're good. don't be surprised at what happens to you this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, drop a sun because you are absolutely shining. Happy birthday again. I appreciate you guys so much, and have a great night. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much. Bye.